Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Taka, and in today's video we are going to be discussing something that might be just a tad bit sensitive. Not too sensitive, but I know how the community feels about this. We are going to be discussing copywriting, and I wanted to put my thoughts and feelings to how I feel towards this whole copying thing as an artist, and I just wanted to put my views out there as I'm an adult, guys, and I wanted to give you some adult advice and just how I feel about it and how the community should respond to this, how you should respond as an artist, and all that. I'm also going to be talking about why I feel the community has gone the way it has. There will be some sensitive subjects coming up. Please note that this is not for drama. I am not a drama channel. I do not indulge in drama. But I just thought, a lot of people ask, what happened to all the old people in the community? Why is the community the way, like, it's sad the way it's gone? And we're just going to have a little chat about that. So grab some tea and coffee or hot chocolate and grab a little, like, some biscuits or something to have with it, and let's get in to today's conversation. So, first of all, I'm going to discuss why the community has gone the way it has. Now, a lot of people ask, oh, where have all the other, like, older YouTubes have gone? Why have they left the schleich tube? Why are they not coming back? You know, Well, I believe that there are a couple of things that have happened to sort of for the older YouTubers and why they're not here. One of the reasons might be that they have moved on, not in like a rude way, but simply because they are now in their 20s, maybe their late teens or just their early 20s, and they are now settling in to adult life. Now, this is a very common thing to happen amongst YouTubers in general. A lot of people like MatPat have left because they now want to live their life with their kids and their family, and they just feel that they're ready to step back and they want to enjoy some time with them. I believe schleich is a very similar thing. A lot of the people who were in their teen years or their early teens are now in their late teens and even their adult lives now, and I believe that they have settled into their adult life and are getting a job and might be even thinking about starting a family, like live with their partner or their boyfriend or something like that. And I believe this is why they have stepped back. Another reason could simply be that they just don't want to be a part of schleich anymore and they have grown out of it. And that is also okay, guys. You know, we all like things and we all fall out of love with things and we all get new things we like, and that is okay. So I believe that is one of the main things to why I forget some of the names in the YouTube community and why they're not here, but I know you know who I'm talking about. But this is why they have taken a step back. It's just that they're enjoying adult life and they've got a hectic life now and they've got jobs and things and they're just trying to settle in. So yeah, it's quite difficult balancing YouTube when you're trying to do that. So that's one of the big key main factors, I believe, that some of the people have disappeared. Now, the other reason are two serious controversies that happened in the community, and I believe this is one of the reasons the community is sort of at a standstill and why people don't really want to be a part of it anymore. Now, one of them we're briefly going to go over because it was quite serious and I don't want to start drama. Please note that I'm not here to start any drama or to, you know, bring any old wounds up that had happened, but we're going to briefly go over them because I believe this is one of the main reasons for what happened and why the community has suddenly gone quiet. So I think 2 years ago, maybe even 3 now, two scenarios had happened. One was about copying and the other was about two parties where a scenario had really happened that was serious. Now, I'm going to quickly go over the one that was serious because, again, I don't want to bring up any trauma for that person. I don't want to bring up any drama. But there was a scenario where two of the parties were in conversation, and there was a little bit of, you know, they liked each other and all this. Again, I'm not bringing names. I'm not going to say much about it because, again, it's done, it's dusted, it's over. But it was a really serious thing, and it turned into, well, just a really big and serious thing. And I think the way this was dealt with was really horrendous. This affected both sides of the parties. The person who was being approached by the other party was obviously feeling like they weren't safe and all this, and the other party had been labelled as something really serious, and this is damaging to a person if this information is wrong, or if you just think that that person is a, I'm going to say the word P because I don't want to say the word because I'll get demonetized on YouTube because I am not someone who's allowed to talk about these subjects. But from what I know, the whole scenario was taken really out of proportion. The way it was dealt with was splattered all over YouTube, and that is not how you deal with a scenario like that. You do not plaster it all over YouTube. Screenshots was everywhere on social media by this other party who was trying to defend their friend. That's another thing that was happening. It was sort of, it felt a bit like someone was trying to only choose one side and was like, this person has been by this person and that they are, you know, it was just plastered everywhere like, oh, this person's this P and they shouldn't be on the social media, we need to remove them, they're disgusting. They thought it was okay to approach this person and they were minor to them. And look, I'm sorry, but that whole scenario was just, I'm sorry for both parties. I'm sorry you were both affected in such a horrendous way. You, at any point, you should have contacted your parents. You should have, the party who was a minor to the other person, you should have really have just stepped away, and you should have spoken to your parents and said, look, I'm being approached by someone who is a little bit older than me and I'm feeling a bit unsafe. And, you know, you should not text your mate and be like, oh my God, I've just found the age of this person and da-da-da-da-da. That's not how you deal with that scenario, guys. And it was really damaging to the community. It was damaging to both parties. Consequences have been taken that reputations cannot be undone. Please, if you are a minor and you're in this community, do not put your name, do not put your age. Just please keep it to people you know. Like, don't interact with anybody. I would recommend putting it into kids mode so you can't have comments. I know that part of SliceTube is about being able to interact with your community, but if you're a minor, you really shouldn't be on the internet in general. And if you're someone who has been given the privilege by your parents, you should be being monitored by your parents, and you should be actually putting it in kids mode so that you are protected. There's a reason that mode is there. It's to protect you guys, okay? I know that you want to interact with your fans and be like, yeah, the video was great, da-da-da, you did such a good job, well done. I get that, guys, but sometimes you have to do what protects you, and I feel there was no protection between these two parties, and that, yeah, I just felt it got really out of hand. Anyway, we're going to move on because I don't want to talk about it. It's upsetting, and yeah, it's over, and what's been done is done. So please note that do not message any of these people if you know what I'm talking about, and please do not message under mine saying, oh my God, yeah, let's do this drama again. This is not a drama channel. I'm just talking about why I feel the community is going the way it is, and I feel this affected the community pretty badly. Now, the other reason, as I stated, is because of copying. Now, this is a really sensitive and a really serious thing in the community. I see it mainly, sadly, in the wolf side of the community. I do not see it in the horse community. It is very rare that this has popped up in the horse side of the community as someone who now works on horses and is painting horses. I see this pop up less on that side than it does on the wolf and the dog side of community. Now, I'm not saying that copying isn't a serious thing, because it is. No one's artwork should be copied, okay, guys? No one's artwork should be taken. But lately there has been a lot of people having to say, disclaimer, please don't copy this, please don't do this model, it's my model. And also, I think we need to have a chat about what copying is and what isn't copying. Right, so when it comes to copying artwork or anything in general, this is where it is a clear out duplicate of that thing. Now, I know the controversy that happened between the other two parties, again, that happened. I know that it was a case of they were copying another well-known person within this community. And I know that that is not okay, guys. I'm not redeeming anything that had happened. This is 100% not okay. And what this person had done was not all right. You should never copy someone else. But again, it had blown into a scenario that was really serious. There were screenshots going around of their age, and that is not okay. Now, I know the person had put their age into that conversation for public to see, so that is on both sides of the parties. It's not to do with the one. Again, you should not be saying what your age is. You should not be putting any information out there of, especially if you're a minor, but they had and they chose to, and that might have been a mistake that you should not have done. Now, the other thing I find about this is that a lot of people were wanting them off the internet, guys. People were being mean, people were being rude, people were harassing both sides of the party, and it had blown up into this really, really big thing. And this is disappointing to see. This is upsetting to see from the community. You should never make someone in the community who is new feel unwelcomed. We are in an amazing hobby, everybody. An amazing hobby. And we should be wanting to help people with how to do a certain coat colour, how to get their paint smoother, you know, all those things. We should not be trying to chase them away from the community. Everyone should be welcome in this community. It's a fun hobby to be in. I love doing repaints. I love collecting these little figurines that are so realistic. They look like actual animals. I think it's an honour to be a part of this community and to connect with so many people that you feel like the same hobby as you. And, you know, I just think it is sad to see that whenever somebody makes a little bit of a mistake, a slip up, and ends up copying someone, which again, I'm not redeeming as okay, it's not, that we feel we need to brand them, we need to shame them, we need to be like, oh, this person copied me, this person copied like It's a Horse thing, and you know, people like that. Guys, that's not how you deal with that. What you should do is write them a polite message and say, look, hi, I know you're new and you're trying to find your feet, and I respect that. Or something along the lines of this, guys. Please note, though, that when you copy people like me or other people in the community, it is really upsetting to see, and, you know, it hurts us. We work hard on our models and things like that. Tell them why they shouldn't do it, why it's not okay, not just brand them and be like, get out the community. That's not what we do here, guys. You should know that. You should be better than that. You know, and if the person doesn't want to listen, then you just block them, guys. Block them and just say to people, look, there's someone that it seems to be thinking it's okay to copy. Look, just try to get it out there as best as you can that this is not okay, and just, you know, write a calm message, not an aggressive message. Guys, it's not okay. And that was one of the scenarios that had happened in this case, and it was not dealt with properly again. And yeah, you know, it hurt both sides of the parties. It hurt the person that had been copyrighted, you know. It's upsetting for everybody. But just don't start branding people and chasing them out of the community. Now, I wanted to talk about what the difference is between this. And I know I've been yapping for a bit. Sorry, I get a little distracted. But copying is a pure out duplicate. Coat colour, pattern, model, sculpting. That is duplicating. That is a straight out copy. Okay? Someone had done exactly the same as this. And again, it's a little bit difficult because, you know, horses all look the same. So someone could use the Icelandic, do it as a chestnut. And I'm not saying, oh, that's a genuine copy. Like, all horses kind of look similar, okay, guys, in reality. And this is why I said that the horse community is a little nicer than the wolf community and the dog community, because apparently everybody's not allowed to do a husky. No one's allowed to do a red husky. No one's allowed to do this. And it upsets me. Nobody owns a husky. You didn't come up with the breed. You didn't come up with the coat colour. It's whoever the breeder was. And I'd like to point out that this is another thing that people need to consider when they think that somebody is copying them. As an artist, you have a slight responsibility, guys. And when you become a really well-known artist, big enough that everybody feels inspired by you to the point where they're like, your artwork is incredible. And, you know, you have to understand that they look up to you like an idol. This means that they are going to want to try and slightly be you, not completely be you, but while they are finding their feet, they are going to want to try and do your paintwork. They are going to want to basically try your method, and they're going to want to try and have their paint job look like yours. Not because they want to copy, but because they look up to you. This is one of the things that can happen within the community that people just see as, that's blatant copying. Sometimes it might just be they really love that model of yours and they look up to you and they're just trying to experiment and find their feet, guys. Everybody has a little bit of a foundation to how they get to where they are now. Here's a true story, and I've spoken about this previously, but when I was starting out with doing huskies and wolves, I was very inspired by White Lightning Wolf. And I say inspired, not copying, because I wasn't. I was inspired. She was huge, or they were huge in the community. They are so big in the community, and they were one of the people who inspired many of us. Wolf Spirit, me, other people. You know, when we were doing huskies. And I think we need to remember that these people are like idols. Now, when I started out, I wanted to try and do her huskies. Again, not because I was trying to copy, but because I was trying to get my paint job to look like hers and to be clean like hers. And that's the same for anyone who sees Wolf Spirit, me, you know, It's a Horse Thing, Sugar Ray Studio. We all look up to them and we go, wow, that chestnut is incredible. Wow, that piebald model looks so good. I wish I could do it. That blue roan looks incredible. That red roan looks good. You get the point. And I feel that people don't really see it like that. People see it as, that's just copying. Okay, it's not. Sometimes people, and also the other thing is I noticed that sometimes you can clash with a creator. I've done, and by crashing I mean clashing, I don't mean like literally doing the same thing and you both go, let's both do this on this model. I mean, sometimes you see a model and you go, this Icelandic would look good in a blue roan. This Dalmatian model would look good as a lab. This Dalmatian model would look good as a pointer. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Now, please note that I know this from experience because I once did a pointer on the schleich Dalmatian. Wolf Spirit has also done one. But I don't look at her and go, oh, I see, you're copying me. That's unacceptable. No, we both looked at that model and we went, that would look like a good pointer, because Dalmatians kind of have a good like pointer base for like doing German shorthead pointers, so you know that model does look. I've seen someone else do a German shorthead pointer on that model, so you know. And again, it's not copying because I never sculpted mine, so I don't think Wolf Spirit even sculpted hers, but that doesn't mean she copied me. We both just saw it and went, yeah, that would make a good pointer. That would make a good Rottweiler. You know, we all sometimes look at that model and we go, ah, that would be good. Sometimes that happens, okay? And I want people to understand that that happens. So, to end the conclusion, because I've been yapping for 20 minutes, my God, that's a lot. The end of the conclusion, this is why I feel the community has gone the way it has. This is why the community has split, because of the whole copyright thing. Artists feel like they can't do something without having their head screamed at and being told that they don't subscribe to this person, don't support this person, they are a copier. Then there's the drama side of things. People cause drama and nobody likes that, and they're scared that they're going to get mixed up in it. Okay? This is why I feel the community is now gone radio silence to some degree. I know there are some creators out there still posting, but I feel that's one of the main reasons. And then, of course, the other thing is people have grown up. People now feel like they're in an adult stage and they've just grown out of it, or they're just too busy. So, yeah. That is why the community is where it is today. I'm sorry this was a long yap. I just wanted to sort of explain to you why I feel the community has gone the way it did. And this is some factors I think that are definitely playing a role in it. So, yeah. Now, with that said, that is the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. And remember, everybody, please don't bombard anybody you know that I spoke on, like scenario-wise. Please just respect everybody in the community. All right? Please enjoy this hobby and please stay lovely and sweet. Okay? And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye!